Hey guys, so you might be interested in looking into a couple of the 9 university courses, but you might be unsure if it's real, if you actually want to get into it. What if you drop the money and, you get scammed, you don't get into a good program? Well, I'm here today to show you some of the things that exist inside these courses so you can see exactly what's real, or answer a couple questions like are Kale and Taylor in the videos, or if they give any good information, stuff like that. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it, and I'll take a look at some of the different aspects of the course for you. So first off, there's a couple programs that you can get into, right? You have KT-VIP, which is a little bit better than 9 university. It's more exclusive, you get a couple more benefits, like FASTTRACK here, VIP, which you get, I believe, a free 2-week trial for in VIP. And you have 9U Elite, which you get even more benefits, like, for example, FASTTRACK, I believe you get 5 months for free. And then you have FASTTRACK, which is a program in which you have one-to-one interactions with an experienced FBA coach anytime, 24/7. So looking into KT-VIP, let's take a look at the course here. And when you look at the course, you can see you have your 14-day bootcamp, which is essentially 99% of the information that they say that you need when getting into Amazon FBA. Like, this is the really important stuff. This is what you need to know. So looking into it, right? Are they... right. So then after that, you have, they tell you, do the bootcamp first. You have all this other stuff on top of that. Weeks, week 2, week 3, 4. And it goes over some of the more detailed aspects, some of the things that might not have been touched upon in bootcamp, but will definitely flesh out, make your experience easier with Amazon. So, you guys might be wondering though, right? Are Kale and Taylor in the videos? Some people think that 9 university outsources their videos. And I'll show you right here if you click on day 1.
What is up? Welcome to KT-VIP. I cannot be more excited to have you in this program. What if I told you?
So, they're in the videos. It's very clear that they do this stuff themselves. They teach you themselves. And then after each day for the boot camp, you get an optional assessment, so they can, quiz you a little bit, make sure you actually absorb the information, and if you get above a certain grade, you pass. I passed them all, so I don't know what it takes to fail, but if you do fail, no problem. You can go back, watch day 1 over again, then take day 1 optional assessment. No problem. With that being said, you might be wondering, is the information helpful? How are the lessons? Are they any good? They go over, like I said, they claim that you're going to learn 99.5, to quote them, 99.5% of what you're going to need to learn in Amazon FBA through the boot camp alone. Now, I thought it was super helpful. I didn't know a thing about Amazon before, and I took the boot camp, but to just looking at some of the titles here, right, you have motivation for the journey. They start off and they basically tell you a lot of the things like, this is something that you gotta commit to, you gotta make it happen. But on top of that, they go into things like, so in the beginning, they talk about things like motivation, having a vision, knowing what you want to be doing. And then further into the program, you have, product research, finding 7 for 7s, which is, finding ones that make a good amount of money and have not too much demand, not too much competition, finding good products. As you get further into the program, they talk more and more about things that involve the business side, finding your supplier, creating a brand, getting your logo, and they go into teaching you exactly what you need to make this easier so that you don't need to waste money, waste time, just get to the point. As you see here, 496 lessons. So it's not just the boot camp. Even though they say 99.5%, you get in the 14-day camp. After that, though, Not only do you, I mean, you get live coaching calls, you can set up insurance with Progressive, which is really cool, student Q&As, VIP photos for your products, which is awesome, and other stuff like that. Getting into, like, after boot camp, every week has more stuff, right? Foundational bedrock. They say after this, do boot camp first. But then you start getting into week 1, and they start talking about very specific things, setting up seller accounts, identity verification. If you're someone who's outside of the US and the UK or Canada, they have the videos for you. They go very deep into exactly what you, not only what they know you need, like, a logo, a company name, stuff like that, but what you might need. They get into the specifics for people who are maybe outside of the US, which I think is really important and just brings up the value of the course itself. So as far as the layout goes, I think it's fantastic. I think it's really important that because you have the boot camp for people who just want to get into the nitty-gritty of it, get into the course, learn what they need to, and then get on with their Amazon business, which is fantastic. But on top of that, people who might need more attention can get into the week-to-week stuff if they don't know how to set up, certain accounts. And again, outside of the United States, they have the option, which is fantastic. So, with that being said, would I say it's worth the money? Well, yes, because not only do you get this boot camp where you get to learn everything that's important, and then not only do you get the week-to-week stuff, so you can get the little details and fine-tune your knowledge in Amazon, your ability to make an Amazon company, but you also get these other benefits like I started talking about before, right? You have the live coaching, you have the Progressive, right? Student Q&As. You also get these other benefits up here, right? Like FASTTRACK, like I mentioned before, right? Which is really cool because with FASTTRACK, you can put in whatever information, and you can start talking to people instantaneously. I messaged somebody around like midnight one night, and they got back to me immediately, say that very minute. On top of that, you get other things like VIP photos, and that's what if you hear about Honey Badger Boost, that's their company in which they do photos, which is super cool. It's included. Awesome. Right, you have the product pick list. They literally pick out products so that you can see what exactly is working, what's not, which is fantastic as well. You get Boost 9, which I went over in a previous video, which is super cool also, right? You go to Amazon, you look up your product, right? Which is, shower rack, right? And then you click on this little extension, and then after a second, you process a lot of information, and bam, it tells you a lot of revenue. There's none of the products that have under 75 reviews, which means too much competition. You can look at related markets, you can explore the products, figure the average selling price. Super cool, super important. Then you also have Helium 10, which is something you get a free trial for, but you have to end up paying for because it's a little different. It's like Boost 9, but there's more things to it. They say themselves you can use Boost 9, no problem, which is what I did. I never used Helium 10, but of course that's where you bring up the differences now between VIP and Elite. I took the course in Elite. The videos in the boot camp, no different. You have all the same access, all the same stuff, except things like FASTTRACK, and you get a 5-month, which I mentioned before. So overall, I gotta say, it's worth your time. I mean, it's worth your time, it's worth your money. You can get into these lessons, and it's better than, spending however amount of money going to a university, thousands and thousands of dollars, taking gen ed classes with people you don't know, where it could go any way, or you could do this, right? You don't spend as much money. So if it isn't the thing for you, if it doesn't work out, you didn't lose that much money in comparison. And then on top of that, you have the community in the Facebook groups and all that, which is really cool. It's all very encouraging, motivating. There's never a time when taking this course that I felt like, I couldn't do this. So overall, I gotta say it's worth it. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, then I hope to see you in the course.